Hey guys, it's December 5th, and I'm doing my weekly recap of the trades that I placed. It's basically a break even week for me. I think, any profit I had is eaten up by the commissions that prop firms use. So, interesting week. Just like every other week, I try very hard to stick to my goals, and I swear this will be the week that, I'm the best trader that I ever have been. And I feel like I started off that way. But then I really I decided to make a change. So, anyways, we'll talk about it. Monday, December 1st, I placed three trades this day, which at the time I didn't really feel like that met my selective trading criteria. But it was a small green day, however, not enough to make up for a lost day, which is so frustrating to me. I need to either have bigger wins or I need to figure out how to cut out my losing trades so that it doesn't eat into my profit. And that's something I just haven't been able to figure out for the life of me. I took a short here. I then took a winning long here. This was my loss. And then I took another long somewhere over here. And that put me into profit. Tuesday was a two loss day. And at the time, I thought my trades were perfect. Someone might look at them and be like, why did you do that? I don't know. I'm not trying to predict like what the market conditions for the day will be. I'm just trying to react to what I see. Um, so I tried two longs and both failed. I wasn't in profit even a little bit on either trade, even though I thought the price action leading up to both trades I thought was really clean and really good. It was after this day I decided I need to make a change because I'm doing the best I can. I'm waiting for my setups. I'm waiting for clean price action. I'm reacting to what I see based off all my past trading sessions, and it just did not seem to be working. Nothing was working. Um, so I decided I'm going to try trading MNQ. There's a reason all the internet traders trade MNQ. There's so many traders who I watch that talk about they have issues of like over trading and blowing accounts, and yet they still pass evals and they get payouts even though they have all these issues because they trade MNQ. Because I don't know why. I assume it moves more. You can capture more points on a move. It's easier to just get more points, and it's worth more. Like asking the MES to move 10 points, which is $50, that's a lot to ask for, maybe. But getting 30 to 40 points on MNQ, which is 60 to $80, is not that much to ask for. So I'm going to try it. Of course, it might not work. It might be that I just continue to take bad trades. And it's going to take some time for me to play around with like my stop and my TP and everything, my break even. Um, generally they move very similarly. So, yeah, I do have a hard time believing that like I take the same trade on one and it's a winning trade when it wouldn't have been on the other. I don't know, but I'm going to try it. Um, and that's what I decided to do starting Wednesday. Now, Wednesday, I didn't actually place any trades though, so I don't think I don't have a screenshot for Wednesday. There was one I was interested in. I hesitated a little bit. It was a winning trade. So after that, I realized, you know what? I know I have this rule of like I'm trying to be more selective, but I think for the first little bit, I need to give myself a little bit of freedom to experiment with MNQ and like take the trades. So I don't know. It's such a hard line for me to balance. Balancing the two things of like waiting for the best setup and then trying to see what works is very hard for me. I'm trying to figure out like what do I need to add to my trading to cut out the losers, right? And that's what I'm trying to do with just waiting for the best setup. But it seems like I still just take bad trades, and I don't mean to. They're just bad trades, and I don't know why. I really don't, but okay, so I don't have a screenshot for Wednesday, no trade Wednesday. Thursday was the first day I placed trade on MEQ. I placed two. I probably shouldn't have placed either. I decided I was going to be a little experimental today, see what happens. It was a green day. It was a small green day of $90. I went short here, which was pretty painful because I sat through this chop and got TP somewhere down here. And then took a trade up here and got break even. This was kind of experimental. They both were. I kind of knew I didn't love this, but I felt like I needed to rip the Band-Aid off, like I needed to just place a trade. I think I was feeling a little nervous because I've used up half my drawdown, so I don't have a lot of room to be placing bad trades on M&Q because it's worth more, I risk a little more, but I felt like I had to do it. I had to place the trade. I don't want to get into that hesitation area again. I took a long, that was break even. Yeah, that was it for Thursday. So yeah, it was a $90 day. And then Friday was break even. It was, I don't know, I think I was up like 3 points, but with commissions, it's not, I'm down. So I placed two trades. I'm also playing around with like what, time frame, tick chart, whatever that I like. I keep increasing it on NQ. This is an 8,000 and it looks like nothing happened. It's like there's not enough candles on this chart. Pretty slow day. And it started off very, very strong. I took a long, thinking price was going to break out and keep going. I got stopped out and that was minus 70. I then tried again, very close to news. We had 8 o'clock, 3-star and 2-star news, a lot of news. I don't know how news impacts NQ. Yes, it was kind of a crazy candle, but I got very lucky. I didn't get stopped out. I think I was like 6 points from getting stopped out. So I thought both trade ideas were I thought they were good. And that's one of my problems is that in the moment, I think my trade ideas are great. I don't feel like I'm taking a random trade. I feel like it matches a setup of mine. I'm not taking a trade because I lost my last one. That's kind of a form of like tilt or revenge trading. I'm just taking like what I think is my setup. And I need to figure out how to cut out the unlikely trades. And I don't know how. Because the problem is my winners, sometimes they don't make up for my losers. Or I need to have bigger R multiples. That's the other thing. There's times where I can have nice winning trades. I do have 2 take profits. The second one, maybe it's less than 3R, like maybe a little ambitious, but I don't think it's impossible in NQ. I don't know how likely that's going to happen. I came very close today. I came like 13 points from that second TP. I don't know. I don't know what else I need to add as like confluence to make it so that I'm taking the most likely trades. I feel like I've tried so much that at the end of the day, it really just feels like it just doesn't work. Like trading doesn't work. But anyways, I then took a long again, basically on the red candle. I thought I was going to get stopped out, and I was so mad. I was like, I guess trading NQ is a bad idea. That's what I felt like. But somehow it turned around after news, and it was a very slow grind up. But I got a total of 70 something. It was over 70 points, so it made up for my loss. I don't know. I don't know what I need to add. I'm wondering if I maybe need to add looking at MES and like see that things are like aligning. Because like here, what happened was that MES hit a key level, a session high, and then retraced. So here it broke through, but at the same exact time, ES was retracing off a level. So like maybe I need to look at both charts and they need to be like doing the same thing. in this case, they were doing the same thing. It broke through the level and we broke over the last high, so I thought it was a good trade. I don't know if I need to look at candlesticks better, like reading them. If I did that, maybe I wouldn't have entered because we kind of had some weak candle closures there. I don't know. I feel like whenever I look at my past trading sessions and I think I have something, when I go to apply it moving forward, it doesn't seem to work the same way it seemed to in my past trading sessions. I'm trying really hard to read like market structure and let that help me with entering trades. So I'm not sure, but I know that whenever I try something new, whenever I move on, whether it's a new eval, a new strategy, whatever, I always have the best stats at the beginning, and then it gets worse. So I took 4 trades on MNQ this week. 2 were wins, 1 was break even, 1 was a loss. So that put me up $100. Those 4 trades. I was down 96 with MES at the beginning of the week. So then I made 100 on MNQ. So that puts me at break even. So we'll see. I'm going to keep trading it and see what happens. But yeah, I'm really struggling with like how to cut out the unlikely trades. I'm not sure. I really don't know. It feels pretty impossible, to be honest, but I'm going to keep trying. I'm going to see what I can get done with MNQ, and see if it's a better fit for me. So anyways, that was my week. I hope you had a better week than I did, and hope you have a good weekend, and see you next week.